Hi team, good evening. So, do you remember where did we stop? We stopped at the strings part, correct?
Yes, sir.
For example, if I'm taking a string like this, right? And these are the ways of slicing a string. Means if you want to get a particular value, if you want to get a particular value of the string, right? This is how we get, like this will give me the fourth value of the string, and this will give you from 0 index to 5, and this will give you from starting till 8, and this will give from 4 to end, and you can even print in the reverse order. This is what we have seen, and we have also seen on the functions, like how to convert a string into lowercase, uppercase, capitalization, and how whether to check whether it is numeric, is alpha, is digit, and also we have seen the different ways of string formatting. Are we clear on this? Any questions? So this is what we are looking at, like the different types of data type. We have seen the numeric types. Okay, we have seen the numeric, how to work with numbers. Okay, and now we have also seen how to work with strings. Okay, we'll see two more data types. One is list and tuple, and also we'll see dictionary. Any questions in the previous class what we discussed on this part? Like we have seen variables, we have seen how to declare a variable, numeric value, integer value, reserved words, slicing. Yes, any questions here? No, right?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll take one Python file. I'll take 02. I'll make it as list data type. Okay. See, basically, you can compare a list like it's a compound data type, and whenever you are writing comments, right? Okay. Whenever you are writing comments, this is how we do use 3 dots. We use to write the comments. Okay. So what is a list? Like, let me write in comments. Also hash or some semicolon. List is a compound data type. Compound data type. Compound data type means you can store different type of elements in it. Like you can store a numeric value, you can store a decimal value, and you can also store a string value. Okay. So basically it contains items separated by comma. Okay, and it's enclosed within square brackets. Enclosed within square brackets. It is similar to array. Okay, it is similar to array. Only difference is array contains similar elements. List can be of different data types. Is this 5 points clear? Okay, it is a compound data type. So how it is a compound data type? It contains items separated by comma. So let me create a list. I'll create a list, a list. It's a compound. It's separated. It is enclosed within square brackets. It can contain compound data type. Like I can give 1 comma. Let's say 2 comma 5 comma. Let's say Python. Okay, so this is how I can declare a list. Similarly, I'll create one more list. B list is equal to, and let's say I'm giving some 5 comma Selenium. And if I want to print the list, print, and you can give the name of the list. This will print the list. Okay. This is going to print the list. And if you want a particular element in the list, let's say I want to print the 0th element. So what this will do, it will print complete list. And this will print the first element in the list. Okay, it will print the first element in the list. For example, if you want to print, let's say from first element as well as second, and let me take this list. Some like this I'm taking. Now I want to print from 1 to 3. I want to print from 1 to 3. So you can use slicing operator 1, 3. 1, 3 will print from 1 to 3. This will print elements from first index to 3 minus 1 index position. Let's see this. See, it is starting at this is 0. This is 1. This is 2. 3 minus 1. This is how it will print. And if you want to print from the first element to the last, same like how we have done for strings, right? Same thing we can do it here. Like I want to print from first till the last. Okay, it will print from the first position till end. Till end position. And whenever you want to duplicate the list, let's say you want to print the list 2 times. So what you can do is list into 2. This you can duplicate the list. See, I can even duplicate the list. That means it will print the list 2 times. And you can even add the list. And I'm adding to list a list. Using plus operator, I'm adding to list. Is this clear? Whatever I'm saying? Any questions here? Yes, no? So till now, I've not used the for loop. We'll see how to use the loops and travels through this. Any question here?
No, sir.
Clear, right? How to work with the list? So
yes, sir.
It is a compound data type. That means you can store. Array is a data type which stores similar elements, whereas list, right, it can store different type of elements. Like you can store a numeric value, you can store a decimal value and a string value. Okay, and it is separated by comma. It is enclosed within a square bracket. It's similar to the array, but it contains elements of different data types. Okay, and this is how if you want to print a complete list, and this is what if you want to print a value at a particular using index, like 0 will give the first element. And if you want to print particular numbers, like here I'm printing from 1, 2, 3. And if I want to print from first element to the end position, this is how we can do it. Okay. You can even multiply the list and even you can add the list. this is print concatenated list. Just please make a note of it. Once you have completed, just let me know. We'll go to the next function. And next is tuple. I'll tell you what is tuple. Let me create one more program. Later, I'll share this files. No, not well. Okay. Tuple is also a compound data type. It is similar to list. Okay, I'll tell you there is one difference. It is similar to this. Here it is separated by also comma, and it is enclosed between these brackets. Okay, it is enclosed between parentheses. Okay, but here it can also contain different data types. Okay, but here the difference is it's like a read-only list. Like you cannot update the values. Tuple is a read-only list. Once you assign the values, you cannot update it. There's a difference. This is the difference between. That means list can be updated. What is the difference? One of the question is, what is the difference between list versus tuple? Means list can be updated, whereas tuple is read only. Tuple is read only. So here I'm changing. It is declared with parentheses. Declared with parentheses. Okay, this is the only difference between list and tuple. Let's see the output. Okay. Okay. Is it clear how to declare a tuple? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Is
sir.
list concept completed earlier?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, please make a note. We'll go deeper into list and tuple later. Right now, we are focusing only on data types. So what are different data types? What operations you can perform while using this list, we'll see later. Like once you learn about condition statements, if-else statements, okay, and also what are different types of operators, then we'll see in detail about the list part. Once you have completed, let me.
Sir, where we are using this in real time?
This is like it's a read only, right? Basically, for example, if you take the URLs of the application, right? There you will be using tuple, and whenever you want to store multiple values, either you can go with a dictionary key value pair, or you can go with list. I'll show you. Okay, time being, we are only focusing on what are the different types of variables we have and how to use these variables. We'll see in detail. We'll see.
Okay.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, this A underscore tuple and A underscore list, is this mandatory or can we
No, it
use
can be
anything?
any variable. It can be any.
Okay. Okay.
This is a name of this variable.
Okay. So if anything is under brackets, it can be it should be treated as tuple.
Parenthesis.
Parenthesis. Yeah.
Yes. Where to use, I'll tell you. We'll learn the basics and then we'll see how it can be applied in the project. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what do you mean by dictionary data type? Dictionary data type is nothing but key value pair. Okay, I'll tell you what do you mean by key value pair. I'll tell you. Basically, it consists of two elements. One is called as a key, and other one is called as the value. And it is declared in flower brackets. Okay, it is declared as flower brackets. Let me tell you how to declare it. I'm taking a underscore dictionary is equal to I'm taking it as a flower brackets. It contains key and value pair. First one is called as key. For example, name. Then we have the value. Okay, and let me elaborate this more, separated by commas. And I'll try to declare, let's say, I'll give one more roll number. Roll number is equal to 10, comma, department is equal to 6. This is how I can print. If you want to print only keys, okay, if you want to print only keys, a dictionary dot keys. This method, what this method will do is print the all the keys. Okay, this will print all elements. Complete. It will print the complete dictionary. And If you want only values, values. The method. Print all the values. Okay, this is printing the complete dictionary. This is printing the only keys, and this is printing only values. And if you want to access the value, you can do it with the help of the key. For example, I want to print a underscore dictionary of, pass the key value. Okay, pass the key value in double quotes. Here I'm going to give it as name. Okay, this is how you can print the values. Is this clear? Where it is used, we'll see. Like basically, how we do is like we declare locators. I'll tell you what is a locator. You may not understand now, but this is how we can even access the elements using key and value pair. And duplicate, it will not allow duplicate values. For example, if I try to duplicate this, it will throw an error. Basically, it is used to store unique values only. If I am declaring one more key and value as duplicate, right, it will not allow. See, it will not allow, it will not consider duplicate values. Even though I'm writing it two times, right, it is only treating it as a single value. Duplicate, it will not allow duplicate values. It will not consider duplicate values. Is it clear? Just make a note of it.
Results are also coming in flower brackets. Right?
Results are also coming in
Flower brackets, yeah.
This one, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is represented in flower brackets. Whereas tuple, it is in parentheses. Current tuple, you're getting this. It will come in
it is okay.
List, it is square bracket. Okay, square. This is the difference how to use it. Once completed, let me know. We'll go to the next concept. Basically, we'll see one example, and we'll see how it can be used in bigger problems, trying to solve bigger problems.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Basically, in order to accept, like as a user, I want to interact with the system, right? In order to give some data to the system. For example, I want to enter my username and I want to enter my password, right? In order to accept some input from the user, I make use of a function called as input. Okay. What is input means? It takes the input from the user. Okay, it takes input from the user and it will evaluate it. And I'll tell you what you mean by evaluation. Evaluate it and will give you some result. Okay. For example, I'm using input is a function. Okay. And let's say I want to enter a value. Okay. This value, I'm going to store it in one variable. Okay. And I'm going to print var1. think there should be a space here. Unexpected intent somewhere there is a space. Less than. Okay, let's say I'm entering a value as 15. Okay, it will print 15. Like basically, for example, if you are entering your name, if you want to enter a name, right? If you want to accept some input from the user, like for example, I'm going to create one variable called as name. Enter your name, and here I want to print the name. You're asking for the value, I'm printing 10, and it is asking for the value. This is how you can input some value to the user. Okay, using this, right, you can perform some operators, like if you want to perform some addition or subtraction, right, you can do with this. For example, I'll enter two values. Let's say I'll take one more variable. This I'll take it as variable 2. Okay. Now I want to perform addition. Print, like for example, if var1 plus var2. Similarly, I want to perform subtraction. var1 minus var2. Similarly, I want to perform multiplication and division. Okay. Now, whatever value you are passing, we will customize it further. We have also seen how to format it. Okay, how to format it. Okay. This is how we can format it using these values. This is how we can format it. So we need to print addition of, sorry, placeholder 1, var1 and var2 is, and here you can use plus operator. Dot format, or we can use this one. Dot format. I'm passing three values: var1, var1, comma, var2, comma, var1 of var2. You're accepting some value from the user. Let's say I'm taking it as 20, and this one I'm taking it as 3. var1, comma, var2. Line number 14. Okay, var1 minus var2. Okay, 1 second. Addition of 20 is, or it should be concatenation operator, right? Okay, it is treating as string only. It is not treating as number. What? I'll tell you what we need to do. 12 and 4, restricting as 12. So we need to convert it into integer value. One second. Convert it into integer value. Okay, this is how we can print. Similarly, this is subtraction. This is multiplication. This is division. Here you need to pass. Enter value, let's take 42 and this was as 12. So this is how we can calculate the mathematical operations. Are you able to follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And there is one more operator called as modulus. And there's one more operator called as exponent. Oh, we'll take a smaller value only. I'll take the first value as 4 and second value as 2. If you look at here, this up to here it is okay. Modulus is nothing but if it is exactly divisible, then you will be getting it as 0. 4 is divisible by 2, right? So the remainder is 0. If it is not divisible, then you get the remaining value. And exponent is nothing but 4 power 2. This is nothing but 4 square 2. Okay, 4 square 2 is 16. And if I'm giving it as 5 and 2, let's see. Enter a value 5, enter a value 2. So you get here addition, subtraction, multiplication. And when you are trying to divide 5 by 2, the remainder would be 1, right? So it is printing 2. And exponent is nothing but 5 square 2, which is 25. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is how we can work on input. You can pass some value to it and you can work on it. Just make a note of it. We'll go to the next topic.
Hi Shekhar, I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, suppose instead of using the forward slash, single slash, suppose if you use double slash, then what happens?
2 slashes you are saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It is called as floor division. Basically, we let me show you practically once. Let's say I'm entering a value of 5, entering a value of 3. So whatever is floor division means basically whatever is the like let's say not the remainder part, like it is the quotient part. Let me show you practically floor division. See how many times it is divide, like whenever you're trying to divide, right? If you look at here, like what is the let me take the same number, for example, look at here. It will give you the it will give you the nearest value. Like this operator, basically what it will do is like this will divide the first argument by second argument, and it will give you the nearest value. This is generally not used, but still from the interview point of view, if somebody asks, right, you can make it. Is it clear? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
See, basically, what do you mean by decision making means? We are looking for a condition, like it is like a part anticipation of condition. Anticipation means like whenever that particular condition occurs, then the statements inside that particular condition will execute. Okay. If that, so we have different types of decision making statement. The first one is if condition, means uh, if this condition is true, then the statement inside this particular condition would be executed and it will come out of it. If the condition is not true, then the statements will not be executed and it will come out. Let me show you one simple example. I'm talking about if condition. The different types of decision making. First one is if condition. So the syntax is something like this. If condition, it can be an expression. Then we have the statements. For example, we've already seen the input operator, right? It's showing error. If condition, I'm saying that var1 is greater than var2 semicolon, we are printing largest number is var1. Okay. If this condition is true, then this statement will be executed. Otherwise, it will not be executed and we will print. Let's say goodbye. Let's see this. Enter a value. I'm entering 10. Enter a value 12. var1 is greater than var2. Should not print actually. Should be in space only. There should be 1 second. Let me check why it is not considering the else condition.
I think one index is required for print.
Sorry,
One tab.
one
One
tab.
tab is required for print. Yeah.
No.
Not space, I think tab.
Intended, yeah.
No, that should not be the case. Maybe
I
some
think
correction.
LG is missing there.
Oh, else is not required. Else is not.
Okay.
It's condition 12 and 14. 12 is greater than 14 is false. So it should not print that particular value. Maybe there should be some space here.
I think after goodbye, you have to write variable 2. or 1.
1 second, let me check. Sorry, you're saying something? After?
In the print statement, print goodbye, I think that variable value is required. I think variable where one
No,
or
no.
where
No,
last,
no,
last print.
it's not required. It's not required. Mm.
Then I think syntax is right.
Not required actually. Enter a value 10, enter a value 12. Will print 12 because 12 is the largest. I don't want else to be executed. Okay. And we'll remove this. The value 10, the value 12. 10, 12. 12 is the largest.
No condition actually variable 1 is greater than variable. That means 10 is always less than 12. So otherwise variable 1 give larger than this variable 2.
10 greater than 12 is false, right? Is 10 greater than 12?
That's why it's right. It's coming like that. It's not printing anything at the end.
When the condition is false, this statement should not get executed. And it is coming correctly on it. See, now it's not getting executed. And finally, it will come out of the loop and then print goodbye. Now it will work, I think. Not printing. 10, 12. Yeah, correct only because it is printing this value. Sorry, we are getting confused because of these values. I'm entering a value as 10 and 12. Then it will print goodbye because 10 greater than 12 is false. So I'm printing 12, 6. It will print 12. This is how it works. There's no need of space or tab. No, normal things should work. And value 3. Yeah. Okay, this is how an if statement works. Basically, what it says is whenever the condition is true, right? Okay, whenever the condition is true, the statements inside that particular condition will get executed and it will come out of that loop. If the condition is false, then the statements inside that loop will not get executed. And there is one more case called as if-else case. This is how if statement works. If expression statement, the other one is if-else case. Okay, basically what will happen in if-else case is you have one more value, like if expression column okay, statements else statements, else column statements. This is how it will happen. For example, okay. What I will do is I'll declare two variables, enter value for and here rather than writing if var1 greater than var2, then print var1 is will print this value only. The largest number is var1. Else semicolon, and I can print largest number is var2. Printing 14, comma 12, will print 14 as the largest number. That is, it's taking me first condition. And whenever I'm trying to print second value, and let's take 8 and take 12, it will take. So basically what it is doing is, it is validating. So I've entered the values 8 and 12, right? 8 greater than 12, false. Whenever false, the statements inside that particular block are not getting executed. So this statement is not getting executed. And it will come to the else part and it will execute the else statement. Okay. So we'll see, like when we see more number of examples, right, we'll get more clarity. What else we can do with else statement? Okay. We'll see like multiple if else. Like we have, this is called as if else, if condition, if else, and we also have something called as if else if. It is called as else if. Okay, so how it looks is same. We'll have if expression statement. This is same. This is also same. It is similar to this, but rather than single else, right, we'll have multiple else if. Else if statement. Like this, it will be repeated. See one example, we'll get more clarity. Like this, it will be repeated. This is the syntax. For example, I'll try to print good morning or good evening or good afternoon. So what I'll do is I'll take one variable called as hours. I'm going to convert it into integer. Using input function, I'm going to accept the input from the user, enter time in hours. Okay, I'm going to accept the input from users. So whenever, if it is between 6 to morning 6 to 12, right, then I'm going to print it as good morning. So here it is between hours is greater than or equal to 6 and hours less than 12, then I'm going to print it as good morning. And if it else if, how to write like this, else if statement. Else if, what is the other condition? From 12 to 6 o'clock, it is good afternoon, right? Hours is greater than or equal to 12 and less than or equal to, let's say, I'm giving a 14 because I'm considering from 1 to 24. It is good afternoon. Also printing from else if from 4 to 4 o'clock till, let's say, 7 o'clock. And else I'll print good night. So whenever there's a need of multiple if and else statements, right, we'll be using this. Okay, for example, enter the hours. I'm entering 8 o'clock. It will print good morning. Whenever I'm trying to enter value, like let's say 14, sorry, it is still 14 only. Let's say I'm entering 13. Okay, saying good afternoon. Let's say I'm entering 17. Saying good evening. Let's say I'm entering 22. Good night. So here you need to understand is there are, when it comes to decision making, there are 3 ways. One is if condition, other one is if else, third one is else if. So what will happen in if condition? Whenever the condition is true, then the statement inside that if condition will be executed. And in if else, what will happen? Like you'll be having 2 cases. Okay. Whenever the if condition, whenever the condition true, the statement will be executed and it will come out. If it is not true, then statement will not execute and it will go to the next statement. Okay. Whereas if else block, whenever the condition is true, the statement inside the if block will be executed. And whenever the condition is false, the statement in the else block will be executed. So whenever you have multiple conditions, right, you can make use of else. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Same way, in the same way, you have nested if else also, like nested if else means like inside if you have multiple ifs. For example, sure. I want to give an example of one nested if. Let's take, I'll take one value from, I'll accept one value from the user. Whenever we know if var1 is greater than 0 and or equal to 0, Then I'm going to print. In this, I'm going to take one more value, var1 is equal to 0. Our number is 0. Number is 0. In this, you may have multiple else. Number is positive else. Inside if there will be multiple if else conditions. And the other one is for this else part, print it as number is negative. For example, enter a value, you enter 5. So this particular statement is getting executed. You enter -5, -4. Then this particular statement is getting executed. And now if you enter 0, this particular statement is executed. This is called as nested if else. Is it clear what I'm talking? Okay. So generally, if you're working in big projects, right? We'll be using the short form. So we take two values. If else condition is there, right? We try to print here itself. This is a short way of using if else. Enter a value 12, enter a value 15. Okay, these are the 4 variations when it comes to if else statement. Okay, if only without else part, if the condition is true, then the statement inside the particular block will get executed. Or if whenever the condition is true, the statement inside the block will be executed. If the condition is false, then the else part will get executed. Whenever you have more than one condition, make use of else if. And this is the nested if. Okay, this is called as a short form of if. Any questions here? Is it clear? Yes, no.
Can you scroll down a little? Nested function. Yeah, this one.
Taking simple examples only, but when you work with Selenium, right, we'll see how it can be used in the project.
Okay.
Good. So I would like to stop it here. Any questions from anybody? So I'm closing now. We'll meet tomorrow, same time. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.